is Max.
And I'm Calvin.
And we're hosting So You Wanna Be a...
Today, we're talking about rocket science. We couldn't get a real rocket scientist here because they're out making rockets, but we did some research on them.
Rocket scientists design and build the rockets that take us to space, launch satellites, and explore the universe. It sounds like a job that's out of this world, and we're here to break it down.
Because, let's be real, Max, how do they even start thinking about building a giant tube that goes kaboom and fly into space?
Well, let's start with some of the basics. What does a rocket scientist actually do?
Well, for one, they design rockets and spacecrafts, but it's not just about making something look cool, it's about solving problems.
Rocket scientists make incredibly complicated machines. They have to carry a lot of weight and move incredibly fast and survive crazy temperatures. Rocket scientists have to figure out how to make all of that work without anything breaking.
And by breaking, you mean exploded.
Pretty much. That's why rocket scientists spend so much time testing every single part of the rocket. Even a tiny crack in a piece of metal could cause the whole thing to fail.
No pressure, right?
Exactly. It's for a job for people who love details. Rockets aren't just for astronauts, though. They do a ton of other important jobs.
Like launch satellites into orbit. Without satellites, you would have no GPS, no weather forecast, not even streaming videos.
Some rockets send probes to explore other planets and study space itself. Did you know that some of these rockets have flown even farther than any human has ever gone?
Whoa, that's crazy. Imagine being one of those who designed a rocket that actually left the solar system.
I know, right? And some of them are even reusable rockets, like the ones made by SpaceX. They can land themselves after a mission, so we don't have to throw all the parts away.
So they're like giant space recycling bins?
Kind of. It's a huge step forward in space exploration, though. So, let's talk about how rockets actually work. Calvin?
Sure. So, a rocket works by burning fuel to create a ton of energy. The energy pushes hot gases out of the bottom of the rocket.
And all those gases shoot down. The rocket goes up, and it's all because of Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction.
So, science fact. It's like when you blow up a balloon and let it go, the air shoots out one way and the balloon flies the other.
Exactly, except the rockets have to be way more powerful to escape Earth's gravity, and that's why they need to be so big. They need tons of fuel.
And that's why they're so loud.
Oh yeah, when a rocket launches, the sound can be heard for miles. It's like the ultimate fireworks show. So let's take a quick detour for some cool rocket facts.
Oh, I love this part. Max, hit me with the fact.
So, did you know that the biggest rocket ever built was NASA's Space Launch System, or the SLS? It's taller than the Statue of Liberty.
Wait, a rocket taller than a building? That's awesome.
Yep, and here's another one. The fastest rocket ever launched was NASA's Parker Solar Probe. It traveled over 430,000 miles per hour.
Whoa, that's like going around Earth 17 times in 1 hour.
I know, right? And here's a fun one. A single rocket launch can use more fuel in a few minutes than a car uses in an entire lifetime. So, how do you become a rocket scientist anyway? Well, first you need to be really good at math and science. And also, especially physics.
Physics, isn't that the boring one with all the equations?
I know, but those equations explain how rockets move and how gravity works, and how to make sure everything else is still safe.
Okay, maybe physics isn't that boring.
Okay, so most rocket scientists go to college and study aerospace engineering, which is all about designing things that fly, like planes and spacecrafts.
So you basically have to take a lot of school?
Yep, and you also need to be really good at teamwork because rocket scientists work with a huge team of people to design and build rockets.
Teamwork makes the rocket work.
Exactly.
So Max, why do we need rocket scientists anyway? Can't we just leave space alone?
Well, space exploration helps us learn about our planets and the universe. Plus, a lot of the technology we use every single day, like GPS, weather satellites, and TV, only exists because of rockets.
Oh, so rocket scientists aren't just building cool stuff. They're making life better for us all.
And exactly. And who knows, maybe someday rockets will take us to live on other planets.
Mars, here we come!
So, if you love solving puzzles, asking big questions, and building things, being a rocket scientist might be the job for you.
And don't forget, you've got to love rockets.
That's definitely the most important part. All right, that's all for today's episode.
We hope you have fun learning about what it takes to be a rocket scientist.
If you liked this episode, don't forget to follow and tell all your friends about it.
If you want us to talk about another amazing job, let us know.